We all know we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, so why judge a catchphrase by its cliché? Don't talk about that, it's too cliché. That's what I had been told repeatedly whilst coming up with a topic to talk about today. And it really got me thinking, why can't I be cliché? Understanding what a cliché is helps us to know when we should use them and when we should lose them. So what exactly are they? A cliché is a phrase or an expression that has been used so often that they are no longer considered original or interesting. And I do stress the word considered. They are often denounced as the most overused and contemptible phrases in the English language. They're the enemy of all writers, according to some experts. And even just by using one cliché, writers are perceived as lazy and unimaginative. But I stand in defense of the cliché. Sometimes we try too hard to avoid them. Don't you think as writers we worry so much about clichés that in return we become a kind of cliché? And obviously a challenge as writers or as communicators or as speakers is to make things as fresh and as vivid and as zesty as we can. But on the other hand, we can and we do try too hard. Clichés have become clichés for a reason. Language is constantly renewing itself, and if these truths can stick with us, then they're here for a reason. What we all need to acknowledge is that sometimes the shock of the true can be more significant than the shock of the new. Let me explain. Money doesn't grow on trees. We've all heard that before, it's nothing new. We've all heard it enough to know that it literally means money doesn't grow on trees. We need to work hard for it. We need to spend it wisely. Yes, clichés can be admonishing, but the fact we've been saying them for generations and generations looks a little bit more fondly on our human weaknesses. We find comfort in them. We find our own meanings in them. To me, the cliché is sort of promiscuous, which is why it stuck with us. I think we've all had cause to go back to the drawing board or to turn over a new leaf. Think of it this way. The more we use them, we sort of polish them and we preserve them for future generations to come. This is how I believe the cliché should be viewed, because we take these very general, universal truths and by using them, we are given guidance on how to better ourselves. So let me cut to the chase. There will never come a time when we will not need these universal truths and we will not relate to these habitual facts. So let's stop trying to avoid them. I stand in defense of the cliché.